Al Kadosh, Boker Or, Mishna Yomi, Masechet Horayot, Perek Gimel, chapter 3, Mishnah Vav and Zayin, Mishnah 6 and 7. Says the Mishnah. Okay, he says like this: Kol atadir mechavero kodem et havero. Right? What does that mean? This is a very interesting Mishnah, actually. It's a very beautiful one. Right? What does that mean? Tadir v'sheno tadir, tadir kodem. Whatever's more often, what comes more in an often manner, it always goes. And therefore, if you have two different korbanot, right, to be brought, you always bring the korban, which is always comes first. Right? What does that mean comes first? Meaning the one that is always more tadir. Another rule. What happens if you whatever is much more holier than the other also comes first? So if you have two korbanot which are both tadirim, right? Now you always do the one which is more kadosh. Okay? So these are general rules which are going to be given also in Zevachim as well. Okay? So here he says, what happens if you have a Kohen who's considered a holier than ordinary Jew? Right? So he's called to the Torah first. In a sense. So you have two different Kohanim. One of them is Be'emet Kohen Tami Chacham, and one of them is a Kohen Amaretz. So obviously, exactly, idiot. Yeah, so what are you going to call? You're going to call obviously the one which is a Tamid Chacham. Para Mashiach, Upara Eda. Whenever you have Para Mashiach and Para Eda, Omdim. Yeah, he says like this. Yeah, Para Mashiach and Para Helem Davar, and they're both ready to be offered. So he says, Para Mashiach Kodem Para Eda B'chol Ma'asav. The Para Kodem Mashiach comes before Para Helem Kol Davar. He says the entire thing of the Para Mashiach comes first. Because the Kohen Gadol is the one that gives atonement to everybody else, so he is fitting that his should come before everybody else. The Kohen Gadol is like the Melech of the right. He's the one in charge, so he comes first, and then it's everybody else. Okay, Mishnah Zayin, Mishnah 7. Ha'ish kodem leisha le'achayot. A man takes precedence over a woman, right? Whenever we're talking about things to keep them alive, right? That means if they're both drowning, you have to first save the man. Why? Because the man is obligated to mitzvot. He's got Torah mitzvot, and the woman not. Ulashiv aveda. The same halacha would apply to. Oh, that's another question. Then ulai be'emet tov. Yoter tov shani lo oget. Ulashiv aveda, right? And also lashiv aveda. What does it mean? Hashavat aveda. If you could find, you return something to a man, return something to a woman, you have to return it to a man. Do you know that my Rav, one of my Rabbanim once taught us, right? That whenever they used to serve in their house, even though usually you always go by age, they would always serve the boys before the girls. And it's not because they had something against the girls. It was just because of the kavod of the Torah. Meaning, since the boys were always the ones that had to learn Torah, so therefore in their family, he was a big rabbi. I remember in my yeshiva. So he taught us this. He told me, this is what we do. That means we always give the boys and then the girls. But a woman takes precedence over a man to do with clothing, right? That means obviously if a woman needs clothing and a man gets clothing, you always give the woman before the man because it's more embarrassing for a woman. To take her out also captivity. But if it's going to be that the male and the female are both in danger of abuse, so then you take out the man because obviously abuse is more humiliating for a man.